are on their faces. You know, you have the this is basically the gang tattoo, and they have that on their faces. They also have tattoos on their bodies, and that's gonna be something for later. Stoneman, Howell, White, Austin. I thought that I was getting more, but that's 23. So, now that I have that done, intake, done. Also, let us go to name in the game. And of course, wait. There he is. Thomas the Devil Risen Playford. The Australian jester minion, the Devil Risen, was sentenced to prison for betraying his evil overlord, Hecthor Doomhammer, and trapping him in the abyss. He loves to be kicked around with some family. I am going to be transferring him in for the next time. I was kind of hoping that I would get him already, but that is how that works. So, can we already? No? Dang. Now, beyond that, we're going to be able to see this. If you are in the gang's overview in your intelligence, the yard and the yards, I'm gonna have to use the plurals for these. The yards and the common rooms are going to be lit up, illuminated, and they're gonna have this little box in there. And as you can see, it says guards 1. And then soldiers 0 out of 0 max, 0 out of 0 max, 0 out of 0 max. This depends on how many gangs you have. And they are eventually gonna try and take over this area as their own territory. Which means that members from the other gangs are going to be excluded. And people that still want to go into this, but are not affiliated to the particular gangs, they're gonna have to pay money, and that's where work comes in now, and the shop as well. It also is the same for the common room, and as you can see, it has no guards, and where the yard has 1 guard, and it has this little white block over here. It's basically a bar that's gonna fill up the more guards you've got stationed there. And this, I think that they can take over this area as well, but they won't because it's the guards control this. Eventually, when the prisoners are assigned to their cells, so I'm just gonna let it speed up and play for a little while. What I also want to do is their reputations. Gang member is a reputation. Let's have a look at it. Can we see that? Gang member. Prisoner belongs to a gang and will defend his fellow gang members and will harbor hatred towards rival gang members, I guess. So that is the thing. We've got someone extremely volatile, fearless, ex-law enforcement. Is that you? It is you. Oh my goodness gracious, Grandma. Luckily, I already researched permanent punishment, so this guy is gonna get permanent lockup because he's an ex-law enforcement, and I'm also gonna put him in protective custody so that I can find him whenever I need to. This guy is safe. Then we have a strong, a fearless, unknown, stoical, gang member, strong instigator. Right. I've got a feeling we have a lot less people than I was supposed to have. So, is this area gone now? Can I place a door? I can. Nice. Also, for those that do not know, in logistics, you have cell quality. So, yes, room quality. And as you can see, the room quality is 0. It's absolute bupkis. Because it doesn't meet certain size requirements of at least 6 tiles, 9 tiles or 16 tiles. That is why the rooms I've got planned over here will meet those. It doesn't have a shower head, it doesn't have a TV, it doesn't have a radio, it doesn't have a desk, it doesn't have a chair, it doesn't have a window facing outwards. And also there's another thing that eventually gets a grading of 10. So these cells are gonna be 10. These cells are gonna be 6, maybe I think 6 or 7. These are gonna be grading 3 or 4. Do the prisoners who have permanent lockdown get their meals in their cells? Yes! The guards will actually bring the meals over to the cells, put them in it, and you're done. And that also works with solitary. Unless you do this. Then it suddenly isn't applicable anymore. So let's have a look-see. Can we see? Can you feel the love tonight? Also, let us get some more guards, because 4, 5. Just to speed up the process a little bit. But what I'm more interested in at this moment is getting solitary in. Yeah, you can choose to have protective custody in a completely separate wing. Just have like a bunch of cells that are just protective custody only, and you can have them like their own kitchen, their own canteen, and their own other stuff. Or you can do it like this, and you can keep them in your own population, but they're not gonna be in much danger. So yeah, that's the thing. But I knew that I was gonna need solitary, like right now. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna grab that. No. Well, that's the first death. This guy had an unknown reputation and died. This guy is unconscious. Well, rip. I don't know what that does though. Or is that about the what I was about to do? Just making sure I have the solitary door selected. There. Chaos already. Just like we like it, eh? I guess that this is a warning that there's not enough solitary capacity. Which would make sense. Right. Well, Now that that's over with, let's also see about confidential informants. Nice, we already have 2 that are... Ooh, 3 even, nice. I'm gonna hire all 3 of them. There. 3 confidential informants. And this is what I wanted to show you as well. Now, as you can see, the blue gang has 2 members, but I honestly do not see their rooms, because both of them have been immediately sentenced to solitary. That explains it. But, as you can see, this room is red. Those 2 rooms are green. So this is a way that you can find the gang members' cells. So you want to search them more often than other cells, because there's a good chance that there's going to be contraband in them. Okay, I think, therefore I am, it's time to do another grant or 2. Can I? Inmate nutrition research. This is the one that I wanted to do. Now, this is a tricky grant, and I see a lot of people not taking this, or taking this on way too late. So, what you need to do is, in your policy, you need to have the nutrition policy, what I have right here already, and I also need to set this down to 10%. So, meal quantity and variety both need to be low. And despite the fact that you can have no variety, you don't need to have no variety in your meals. Next, what you want to do is go into your regime and do as I do, and as I say, have 1 single meal time. And I suggest you make it a little longer than usual, because it still counts as a single meal time, but the prisoners are going to be able to have a more steady meal. You know, they're going to be able to be better fed than otherwise. Right, so, also, I wanted to see... Oh yeah. Well, that is something that we'll do later on. And that is still going. And raise capacity to 50. Oh, we have another death. The what? Another ex-law enforcement and a snitch, but he was also a gang member. Which gang? Oh, he was a green gang member. But he wasn't assassinated by one of the other gangs. So, that happened. Well, now that I'm thinking about it, let's just go see, because there's bound to be at least one more, indeed, prisoner that I don't know of yet. So we had 3 snitches in the first wave. Nice. 2 deaths. Excuse me? You're a gang member? Wow, now all gangs have 1 member. Lol. Chaos. Intelligence. Yes. Now we have 2 guys that are still, or 3 guys that are still with unknown reputation. 4 guys even. I want to know what they are. I want to know what they are. Because one of them could just be legendary all of a sudden. And that is what you do not want. I see that this gang member is already there. Let's just search him. He's got a knife. Which sucks. Still don't know anything about those two, nor that one, nor the other one. Oh boy. Right. Let us... No. Drive them even more insane with some lights in their solitary cells, of course. And what I wanted to do was see if I can build this up and finish this as well. Oh yeah, the one that got hold of a shotgun. That was horrible. Dude, that was a horrible incident. So we have clothing, we have that, we just need those two, we just need these two. Yeah. Goodie. Now, do I know about the other stuff already? No. 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 Oh. We've got some chaos going on here, dude. Not a death. Wait, what? Extremely volatile. Well, you just died. People are just dying left and right here. Awesome. Chaos will commence. Yes. Let's get a large jail door for this particular entrance and a small one for this particular entrance. And I'm gonna take in 7 more so that my what should we call it over here, holding cell is also full. And I'll have 7,000 more. I can use that to increase my capacity a little bit so I can have more prisoners and such. And maybe Thomas the Devil Risen Playford will be in there as well. And if that's the case, I'm gonna do something very, very awesome. Right. So, let's see. Are there gang members in? Not in this particular bus. We have Deadly, Fearless, Matthias, Paul, Alex. He's here! Mr. Thomas the Devil Risen. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be saving the prison. Gonna name it Gang Gulag. Save. Now, what I'm gonna be doing, and I hope that you guys can see it, but you know what? Let me quickly change the scene for that matter. And be prepared for streamception in 3, 2, 1, go. I am gonna go to load. And I'm going to load up the save file. What is special with that particular prisoner? It's the prisoner that I put in. I got a name in the game from the Thomas the Devil Risen playford. He gave me the upgrade to get the name in the game, and as an homage to that, I named him instead of myself. So let's see, is this the one? Playford. Now, I'm going to be showing you some very, very awesome stuff. So, you see his sentence here of 25. I'm just going to add a 0 here and a 0 here. Now, the thing about Mr. the Devil Risen is that he's an Australian. And as everyone knows, all Australians are convicts, or descendants of convicts. So, his crime is going to be born Australian. There. And now I'm gonna be going to File, Save, close this, close that, and I'm gonna load it again. And now, have a look. Let me switch back to the proper scene, so give me a sec. There you go. And just for the sake of it, I'll also move my chat over to the opposite side so that you guys can properly see it. Just over here. Have a look-see. By editing the save file in this way, I can have this guy in my prison for 250 in-game years. I guess that there is no limit on how many years you can have him in. And because he only has one conviction, I changed the crime to born Australian. But if he had several other convictions, I could just change that to whatever the hell I also wanted. So there's a lot of stuff that you can have with that. And this is something that I wanted to show off. So I'm going to move the chat back here. And there. Also, get rid of those 7. Cool. So, we have some fighting going on. Right. And here you can already see people working in the shop. And if you have a look-see at Paul Leverage's cash, you see it going up. So that's how I did it. Yes. Right. What I want to do now is get the capacity up to 50 or so. If I can. If I can't, I have another trick up my sleeve. No. Welcome back again. That music, dude. You missed something very cool. So let me go over and see if I can show it off. I guess he's gone already. Ah, there he is. So Mr. Thomas Playford, which is nicknamed the Devil Risen, I'll just move this over here, has an unusually high sentence of 250 years. And he has an unusual crime to his name. Born Australian. During your absence, I guess, during your absence, I manually changed this to this. And I'm also going to give him 6 hours solitary. There. Welcome back, Malte. And I quickly need to check something. There. Just had to check out something. We'll have to go back there in just a moment. So again, you missed something indeed. So where is he? Thomas the Devil Risen Playford. Didn't do anything wrong, but still sentenced to because I'm evil. And he doesn't want to be a confidential informant. That sucks. Okay. Nope. There and there. Now do you want to be... No? Oh well. Right. Cells. I need cells. How did I do that? I'll show you. You know what? I have a better idea. Let us find one of my confidential informants. And I'm going to show you what else you can do. So you are a confidential informant. Mr. Oh, that is the name of the game already. That's not going to work. But you. Ed Hornibrook. Remember this name, Ed Hornibrook. I'm going to switch scenes so that I can show you the entire thing. Again, I'll move my chat over to here. No, I can leave it there. Do you name your prisoners after your followers? Maybe. So, I'll save the prison again. Gulag prison. And now I'm gonna load. But instead of load, I'm gonna go click on this area down here so that this opens. I'm gonna search for the save file and then Control F. Ed. Oh. Ed. What was his name? Ed Brook? Yeah, here we go. Mr. Ed Brook. So, Malte.